What's happening, Hammers? Dan Lawless here, back with another edition of the West Ham Week, where I take 3 of the top stories from West Ham from throughout the week and break them down into 2-minute sections. So, a lot to talk about this week as it gets to our final game of the season. It's sort of getting into more transfer stories, what's happening with the manager, all of that sort of thing. Don't forget, leave your comments below. Subscribe, hit the like bar, just thumbs it up or whatever. Anyway, I don't know, start the timer now. So, Rafa Benitez has come out as our first choice target to replace David Moyes. It's looking like David Moyes will not be our manager as it comes to his final game, his last game during his current deal. So it's been talked about and reported by numerous sources, including ex-employee, that Benitez is our top target for as manager, and they've already begun talks of him, which is really, if that's true, that is very, very exciting. Now, I've been saying I want Rafa Benitez since, the beginning of the season, since things started going downhill, with Bilic, and it looked like his future wasn't at West Ham. He's been a prospect, and I've had Newcastle fans telling me, why would he ever go to West Ham? It never happened. It's no chance. Now, it's looking like, even this has been reported by a lot of Newcastle sources, that talks are sort of on hold with what's going to happen with Benitez, and he's not really committed his future to the club. Yes, they are going on a pre-season tour, but he's still given no guarantees or update on what he's going to do. Now, he almost joined us before we got Bilic and before going to Real Madrid. So he verbally agreed to join West Ham, but his dream club came in and we didn't. He just stepped aside and said, go on. So I think he has a little bit of respect for us after that, and probably feels, a certain way to a bit of gratitude. So hopefully that swings into it. Mike Ashley's on the way out. He wants rid of the club. Why is he going to seriously invest in a club that you're trying to sell? It just don't make sense. So he wants a transfer budget. No matter what you say about the board, right? We've spent poorly. There's certain players that we've penny pinched on, but I think we will spend more than Newcastle. So fingers crossed on that one. Another manager that we're apparently in talks with is Pellegrini, former Man City manager. He's currently managing in China at the moment, and they've said talks have opened, and he's a target. Now, me personally, out of these two, I'd rather have Rafa Benitez. I think he's more experienced in the Premier League. He's a Champions League winner, and what he has achieved with Newcastle has been impressive. On next to no budget. The squad that they have got, like everyone says, is a championship squad in terms of they haven't really bought Premier League players. So the fact that they've got this squad that on paper aren't really good enough for the Premier League, and he's got them where he has, is very impressive. So I think Benitez would be the best choice for us. I think Pellegrini's a big name. I think he'd attract a better calibre of player than David Moyes would. So I'd take him as maybe a second choice. Or, I don't know, I'd like Marco Silva, if not Rafa Benitez, like a young, exciting manager. Yes, things didn't work out at Hull. His head was turned by Everton, and I think he sort of lost his focus. But if he's really got his focus and he's really on point, I think Marco Silva would be a good option rather than sort of Pellegrini, who's like 64 now. He's getting on a bit. But I wouldn't grumble. I'd rather have him over Moyes. And he's won trophies. Like I said, he's a big name. I just think that looking at it, his sort of win record against clubs other than Real Madrid and City isn't great. So that's the only thing I'm sketchy about. But he's in China at the moment. Again, he's not lighting up the Chinese league at the moment. And he's on big money. So let's see what happens there. Like I said, Rafa Benitez for me. Let me know what you guys think. Finally, this is a very divisive one. The rumour that we could possibly be going in for Yaya Toure. I don't know why I said Yaya Toure from Man City on a free transfer as his contract's coming up to an end. Now, I'm undecided about this one myself with Yaya Toure. Let's he's probably one of the best midfielders we've seen in the Premier League. Great player. won trophies, you know, won the Premier League, and it's his age, isn't it? It's his age, and that's the thing is with West Ham. I think we're sort of kind of tired of seeing these journeyman players coming in. You know, these older players that, you know, they're not quite good enough anymore for their main club, so they come and sort of see the twilight of their career at West Ham. You know, he's 34 years of age now. We've already got an aging squad, but he's still a quality player, and we stick him in that midfield. It's an exciting prospect, isn't it, to say Yaya Toure. The only problem for me is, right, he's on like around 200 grand a week. I cannot see us paying 200 grand a week. And I don't know if I'd want us to pay 200 grand a week for Toure. Really, when you look at, there is a wage cap and there's only so much money we can spend on wages. Do we want to spend a massive portion of that on Toure? You know, I'm hoping, obviously, if Moyes moves on, we can keep Menendez, who's on big money. If we don't shift Carroll, you got him on big money. So there's a few players that are on big money. So you're adding Toure into that. It's going to probably limit what else we can get on wages. But it would be an exciting prospect to have Yaya Toure at the club. You know, if he's even as half as good as he was in his prime, you know, it'd be brilliant. And I think a lot of the other players could learn a lot off him. And, you know, we'd sign a big name like that, attracts other big names. So I don't know, I'm undecided. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like I said, it's some real divisive ones, but it's sort of exciting, and we have to see what they do. If we get a new manager, get that done early, I think that's going to be like, especially if we get like Benitez. For me, that's a big statement of intent that we can go out and look forward to you know, what happens in the season. Like I said, you give him a decent budget, we sign some players, and you know, I'll look forward to the season. But if we keep Moyes, I won't be looking forward to the season. So don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, leave your comments down below. Check out my other channel in the clicky button there. And one thing left to say, come on you Irons.